demonstrator friend Patty in the mail, and I told you on Wednesday I'd show you how to do this little tag, and so that's what I'm going to do. First, you're going to start with a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of paper, and then you're going to mark it 1 inch from the edge here, like this. And then you're going to flip it over and mark it 1 inch from the edge there. Then you're going to take your tag topper punch, and to get this in your tag topper, you're going to push it down, and then when you get it back so far, you're going to just pull up a little to get it in. And you can see I'm lining up this line with the edge of my punch. Make sure it's all the way up, and I'm just going to punch it, pull it out, and flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Punch it. And so now you have this kind of funny looking thing here. Now, some people may want to eyeball that and cut it, but for me, I'm going to use my paper trimmer because it's much more accurate than I am. And I'm going to line up the edge of this cut here with the area where you cut. And I just go in and cut each of those. So you're going to cut that out. We're going to go up here and we're going to come down and cut that out. Now I'm going to leave it in there, and I'm going to move my cutting blade, and I'm going to just score that little tab. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to again line it up with this little groove here, and we're going to cut up till we hit that gap and then down. And so now we have a piece that looks like this. And sometimes you'll have a little chard in there you want to go in and trim, but now this one I scored. Oh, and I forgot to score, because we also need to score it so our card folds. And by doing that, we're going to line this edge up to 4 1/4, and we're going to just score. And so now we have this, and there's our little tag card. Of course, it doesn't look very cute this way, so we're going to add a few things. I decided to use this Gold Soiree paper, and this is our designer series paper, and it's 6-sided, but you can see this is a specialty paper. It has some gold metallic in it. So here's all the cool fun patterns in this paper. And I chose, let's see, where's the piece I chose? Here's the piece I chose, on the floor of course. And this has a gold metallic on the other side, but I've got this pistachio pudding and the Calypso Coral along with the crisp cantaloupe floral piece, which I think is delightful. And I'm going to just mount that on here, and then we'll stamp our sentiment here, but that's our little gate there. And the stamp set I chose to use today is the Flower Patch stamp set. This is a photopolymer stamp set, which means that it's totally clear. It has these black markings so you can tell what your stamps look like, but you can see that you can see through it, so they're clear when you're stamping, and they're photopolymer. This year our photopolymer stamps come, this is all one set, so look at all of these fun designs that you can get with this Flower Patch stamp set. It's got a lot of fun things, over 19 different things plus 3 sentiments. So I'm going to take our Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to off stamp this. So I'm going to stamp there, and by off stamping I mean I'm going to off stamp it here, and then I'm going to stamp up here and off stamp and stamp here, off stamp, and oh, that one's, and stamp there. So you can see we've got our later leaves. Now for the sentiment, I'm using the Memento Black. Now this isn't quite yet available, but you will love this ink pad. This is not a new ink pad on the market, but it is a new one that we're carrying, and it stamps wonderfully on our Whisper White. It is a great black pad. It's also the pad that you'll need to use with the blendabilities when they come out. Now I stamped the large flower and the Calypso Coral. You can see I boo-booed on that side, and then I cut it out with the coordinating stamp set, and I'm just going to adhere this to this part of our card. And I'm going to apply a little snail. Now the trick to snail is you don't have to put it everywhere on that piece of cardstock, but once you get it positioned, you do want to burnish it, which means rub, 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 and you will not have trouble with your cards falling apart. That's really the trick to the snail and making it permanent. Now I tied it with a little bit of some Calypso Coral seam binding to finish out our card. There, that was pretty easy, making the tag topper punch card. It looks more complicated than it is, and for a long time I don't like complicated, so I'd put off making one of these. But I hope if you enjoyed today's video, you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to hop over to my blog at www.stampstodiefor.com